be on the phone.
Okay, well, then.
No. That's bad.
Oh, I want to wear one for the show.
I know, but that is so cute.
I didn't know it was 3. I would have brought some.
Well, no, just let her wear. Okay, as long as she wears something.
She wear it past it down.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna make sure you both get some.
That
Oh,
looks
that is so
extravagant. I love that. That's too cute. All right, girl. Where you on your way to? I need to know.
No place extravagant, but I will tell you. Is it earrings or is it
It's earrings and bracelets.
Okay, sometimes I give me some hot chocolate. I don't drink coffee.
This is latte.
Oh, that's latte. Okay, I don't drink that.
It's coffee still.
I know.
And do what it's supposed to do.
That's my manager got me with that. And I was going to the bed.
Yes. What's that say? Paparazzi. That is wonderful.
You wanna do these?
Yeah.
Go ahead and sit down.
Yeah. Take the load off. I'm loving that. I'm loving your design and everything. Go ahead, girl.
Look at it all. That joint just burn up the room.
Get a picture.
What you do? Move over, Lisa?
Get a picture, guys.
I did not.
Look at me, look at me, look at me. Right there, hold it, hold it, hold it. Thank you.
Well, we are already live on our page. So
Ooh.
let's not forget to bring the energy.
Hey, what's up?
We don't know.
KDL,
girl. We're back.
All right,
We're
count
here.
it down.
I know you missed us. I know you missed us, okay? It's good to be missed.
We missed y'all.
We got 3
We
viewers.
missed you guys. We appreciate you for tuning in every single Sunday at 11 a.m. on Intellectual Radio.
All right, now let's go live.
All ready?
Are you pushed the button?
With the energy.
Oh, we got energy.
KDL girls. KDL girls. KDL girls. KDL girls. KDL.
We
Hey!
Welcome
back.
to Kisses Don't Lie. KDL girls.
Intellectual Radio.
What's that new you saying?
KDL girls. KDL.
I love
Kisses
that.
don't mind.
Kisses Don't Lie. Yes, I love that. Welcome, welcome to our wonderful, magnificent show.
Yeah.
I missed special guest today.
Sorry we missed last week. We were
did.
so
Busy.
And-
Spilling milk. That's what you're doing.
Yes, I had my book launch.
Alicia.
Yes, Tanisha had a play last week.
Yes, Alicia.
Fashion show.
Fashion show.
All right.
Yes, and Shantae was
I was
Working everywhere.
I was working, okay? Working day and
She was
night.
out there working.
but she was
making
showing
that
up to
money.
our events
Absolutely.
too.
I
Yes.
was supporting, actually. I was there for my
Mhm.
girls, okay? You know, I'm here for you. My
Mwah.
KDL girls.
Yeah, you actually
Absolutely.
did a live for my launch. So if
Sure
anybody
did.
missed the book launch, she did do some of the
We did a little
shoot
bit
the
of,
launch
yeah.
for me, for us.
we got a little snippet in there, okay?
A little bit, just a little bit.
And a lot of conversation with my mom. I
I'm
heard.
telling you. I was like, I'm live, mama. Hey, but you can't put her out, okay?
Exactly,
You can't leave her out at all.
exactly. So we are here to create,
Promote
and restore
healthy
healthy
relationships
relationships.
between men and women,
yes,
okay?
men and women.
Yes, yes.
Okay. We still have our sponsor, 23rd Hour Productions,
23rd Hour Production.
which is my production.
That's
I'm
right.
really excited about that. I
Much
am
excited.
legalized.
Hey,
Yes.
Yay.
That's what's up.
All right, ready to be
All
tenderized.
right.
So you can actually purchase my book, Spill Milk on there, and very soon my paintings,
Hey.
which I actually got to test out a print on coffee mugs and the
On
mouse
coffee
pad.
What?
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll reveal that next time.
I'm feeling
Okay,
that.
It
okay.
looks pretty good. It looks pretty good.
All right, you got
what's
some
up.
big stuff coming
That's
for
what's
us.
up.
All right.
I'm sitting by
Y'all
somebody
better watch
right now
out
on
for
this
Alicia
show.
Shake
It's not only that. You
What's
guys
that?
know where I'm going. I'm writing a play. A
What?
comedian called Big Mike asked me to write a play. And it's so crazy. I sat with him and his cousin doing the concept, writing the outlines. And I'm like, man, this is familiar. Dug through my notebooks, found one from 2010. How about 90% of that is the same?
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm like,
Well, I'm
okay.
excited.
That's why I knew nothing with it, I guess, because these come this way. So we looking at doing it at the Wintrust Arena.
Oh.
Wow.
And we're going to have, of
Alright.
course, either it's going to be a
Look at
2-day audition or 12 hours. I need at least 12 hours because we need actors, singers, and dancers.
I'll be there.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And you also need someone to be your stylist, you know, make sure your
Exactly.
actresses
So
have
let's
the right
move on
jewelry.
to our
Right.
guest. Our
Absolutely.
guest
Alright.
today,
We
I
can do
met
that.
back in 1988 at Iowa State campus, Ames, Iowa. My girl.
I know, it's our
I'm
business too.
sorry.
that was
Right,
the
right,
Yeah,
I call her Shabu, but her
Yes,
name is Charlotte.
yeah, only certain people can call me that.
All right.
Yeah.
Shabu.
So
What do
this
Shabu mean?
is.
Girl, it's a story.
Hey, first let's give her applause first.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Shabu.
30
Special
years.
guest.
30 years we met. 30 years ago.
Yes.
In the story.
I can't tell. Y'all don't look a day
I
old.
know,
looking at
I know.
I was flipping through pictures and I have one of us on somebody's coffee table dancing. Do you remember that?
At Rob,
Yes.
apartment we went down. You have to give me that picture.
Yes, we're on the
I
coffee
did a
table
whole
dancing.
Tina Marie segment.
Yeah, she
Oh.
did. And then James Brown, Feel All Right came on. And so we didn't break the table, but, you know, it was close. It was close.
I was gonna say, did you say y'all on the table?
On the
We were on that
table.
coffee table.
Y'all was
Yeah.
back in the day.
All
cutting
right.
it.
It was,
Okay, that's one of those Vegas moments.
Yeah. But that was a light.
What
one.
happened
That was
on
a
the
light
coffee
one.
table stays on the coffee table.
I'm talking about the whole weekend.
But don't give
Oh,
us
but that's
don't-
all right. That whole weekend.
Don't
Like a Vegas
see.
moment.
Don't spill too much
We
milk.
not
Y'all gonna
spilling.
tell y'all
No.
age in a minute.
We gonna stop. Yeah, we're stopping with that story.
We were five.
Because I started remembering
Oh,
some other
yeah.
stuff. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
well,
tell us about you.
Tell us a little bit about you, yes, because I don't know you for all
Okay.
those years you known her, but I
I
need to
knew
know.
her. Okay,
You
you
had
had known
known
her.
her.
She had known me.
Learn. We
Right, she had
found
known
new
me.
vocabulary words on this show.
No.
Tell me a little
Right.
bit about yourself.
Okay, well, my name is Charlotte.
Hey.
I am a single mom of 2 beautiful girls.
All right.
By day, I am a senior IT product manager at the top law firm in the country. We were just voted that. So I'm excited about that. I've been there 14 years, but all the other minutes in the day, I am an entrepreneur. I have several businesses, event planning, travel, virtual business assistant. I have a jewelry business. I have a wine business. Grooming my youngest daughter. She wants to open her own business, and she's starting off with slime. You want to go?
Okay.
Ryan, we have to get them, the
Business.
both of them on it.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm
and
talking about.
so I'm excited about that. I have a lot of other things going on, but that's pretty much the gist of it. Like I said, I'm a single mom. I've actually been back in Chicago. It'll be 20 years
Wow.
after walking away from my marriage. So yeah, I'm excited about all the growth that has taken place since then. So this is actually a good forum.
So
to
far,
talk
I'm
about
definitely
that.
inspired by all of the
Thank you.
walks of life that you have,
Thank
and I'm
you.
just like, look, if she can do it, then I know I can. too.
Yeah, it's definitely a balancing act, and it
Absolutely.
can be very challenging, especially when you do have a regular job that you're working, and then you do have, your family that you have to take care of.
Absolutely.
And my girls are very spoiled, and that's
You make
partially
sure of
my
it.
fault.
Mhm.
Yeah, partially my fault. But I really wouldn't have it any other way. They're very good in school. They don't really give me,
And-
extra issues. You have the normal stuff,
Right.
but outside of that,
Growth.
right, they're growing.
Right.
So just being there for them and their activities for a long time, it was like dragging them to everything that I was doing. But as they've gotten older and started expressing interest in what they want to do, you know, it's my job, you know, to be
support
there
them.
for them and make
Absolutely.
sure that their needs are being met, and I'm giving them the right level, you know, balance between, you know, when you can have things your way and when you can't, and when you have to learn to compromise. So, but they're pretty good about it most times. They have their moments like
Oh,
everybody else.
Of
that's
course.
good.
Yeah,
Right.
girls.
They have to remember, oh, okay, yeah, I remember.
But yeah, I
Okay,
couldn't
so-
come without this one today. She wouldn't let me.
That's
We'll,
all right.
we'll
Bring
let
on.
her show her face in a little bit,
Absolutely.
But
The hair-
tell
the
us
hair is
about
still
this
intact.
necklace you have on.
Yes.
So I am an independent consultant with Paparazzi Accessories,
Right.
and I operate under the business Fabulux Fashions. And Paparazzi Accessories sells $5 jewelry.
Okay.
It's nickel and lead free. All the necklaces come with matching earrings. We have bracelets, rings, earrings, hair accessories. We do have a line for smaller girls. We do have a line for men as well. Again, did I say $5? It's all
Yes.
$5. This
I
necklace
think
that
that's
I'm
what you
wearing,
got me right
it's
there.
$5 with the earrings. And we do have a higher end collection that we've just opened up to everybody last year, called the Z collection, where all of the pieces in there are $25. It's kind of competitive with the Tracy Lynn and the Premier brands, but it's an excellent company. They really pour a lot into their consultants. They treat you like family. I don't know too many MLM companies where you can get on a live with the founder of the company and they'll critique what you're doing and give you input on how to improve. But more than the business part of it, they pour a lot of their energy into us as individuals. You know, encouraging words, just challenging you to be a better person outside of the business,
Right, absolutely.
which then
Personal
promotes
growth.
personal growth. So that was one of the things that really excited me about joining this company. I've been in there since December of 2013. I've ranked up to director. I have some goals that I'm trying to achieve in the next year or two. I'm working with my team. Shout out to Platinum Pink Ladies.
All right,
And
Pink
gents. We
Ladies.
now have a man on our team, so that's you know, new and
Pink
exciting.
ladies and
And gent. Mhm. Gent. So I'm excited about it. It really is a great opportunity for anyone that's looking for something challenging, something that will help you find your inner self. Right now, we have a personal challenge going on where every day you have to identify something about yourself. So this morning, I didn't post yet, but yesterday my I am beautiful. And every day I've been, you know, posting a new characteristic about myself. And the challenge there has been, you don't often spend time looking at you and calling out the positive things about yourself. So every day trying to find something new that I could say about me and who I am
Absolutely.
has actually made me think about me more often and, you know, and more introspectively, because I can see where I would say I'm this, but I have some growth that needs to be done in that area. So it's just a really good challenge, and I'm excited about, you know, where it's leading me and where it's leading my girls. We started it off as a family business because I wanted something that wouldn't take me away from my children all the time.
Absolutely.
And so we were doing it together. My teenager decided she didn't want to get up early to
Of
do
course.
things, but my Energizer
She can
Bunny,
get the night shift.
yeah, she doesn't want any shift. She just wants to know how much money did we make today. You know, I'm like, yeah,
Wow.
right. But my youngest daughter, you know, she's my sidekick. She's the personality that drives, you know, the traffic to our booths when we're out, and she'll go get people, and, you know, she's just really a good person to have, and her excitement about
Nice
learning the
PR.
business really makes it easy dragging her along along with
telling
me.
you.
So, but that's
Good
me.
to have somebody to help with
Okay.
those bags and
Yes.
those, you know.
This
things
is,
you
I
have
don't know
to-
if anybody can
Yes.
see this.
Yes, let's tell us a little bit about that piece that
So
Leisha's
this
wearing.
is my gift. I might
Oh,
share.
wow.
Well, I'm gonna give them their own.
Oh, okay, so I'm not sharing. This is my gift. It's, you know,
So what Leisha's wearing is called our $1 Million collection. Old Hollywood is the necklace, and then it has the matching bracelet that comes with that I added to it, and the earrings. So the earrings and the necklace are a set together, and then you can always complement it with the bracelet. So I put those
love
together, and you have a complete look.
I love
Yeah.
it. I can't wait to wear mine.
Well, you can get the same one, or I'll I'll let you go to the site, or I'll send you pictures. You can choose whichever one you want. It doesn't have to be the same thing.
No, it don't
Don't
have
have
to be the same thing,
I know.
but, okay.
I'm gonna get some different.
I'm just
That's
saying, I'm not like that.
flawless.
And see, we have on the same shirt, so I'm not
Exactly.
like
I'm
that.
thrilled to get some jewelry too, but I'm also thrilled to get into these questions. While
Yes.
y'all-
Yes,
Exactly.
right.
Jewelry is
Just
nice. I
silly.
like your business side. I like all of that about that side. But now I want to get into
These
the relationship
questions.
side of
Okay,
you.
let's go.
You look single, ready to mingle. However,
single.
am I gonna have to close that out?
You know, I know how to answer questions without answering questions that they understand.
Oh, you have a
Oh,
political
I like your
hat.
style.
Oh, we don't want the political hat.
You know, well, I'm
That's
saying I
right.
know how to answer without that. Yeah,
Oh,
okay,
okay,
I
okay.
understand, but I know how to
Okay.
answer. Yeah, I can answer.
All right, Tanisha.
All right.
She in for this ride. Let's go, ladies.
Our first question is, do you feel like traditional gender roles are still relevant?
Yes, to degrees, I do. And by degrees, I mean that roles were defined on purpose. There are roles for men and there are roles for women. Now, traditionally, you know, the man is the provider and the woman is the homemaker and taking care of the kids and, you know, making sure that front is, you know, handled. But I think the way society is now and the economic structure, that isn't always the case where the man is the sole provider. So I believe that he should still be providing in some capacity, and it's the role of the woman to assist and be his helpmeet and to make sure that wherever there's a shortage, that she's helping to bridge that gap. At the same time, you know, respecting each other for who you are and what you bring to the relationship. I know in my last relationship, I made more money, but at the end of the day, he was still the man, and I respected him because he carried himself that way. There was never an issue, you know, in that regard, on who was wearing what hat. So yeah, and to a degree, traditional gender roles I think are still relevant.
In raising your daughters, do you feel like you've taken on the role of, say, for instance, I wouldn't say father figure, but do you feel like you have to step up in some other roles or characters when raising them to balance that out? Seeing that you're still single.
To a certain degree, and the reason I say that is because their dad and we're not in the same household. So he works, he has like really crazy hours, so he's not always physically available to be there. So in instances where, you know, I might have to deal with a situation where traditionally the dad would be the one to step in and you know, show the protection and the enforcement of certain aspects, you know, depending on what's going on.
Situation is
Right. So, you know, I've had to step in those instances because I'm there. I'm the front line.
Absolutely.
But he's aware and he provides the reinforcement when needed. But yeah, I mean, I do have to step in, you know, often. But you know, he's there for them and he does what he can given, you know, the situation.
Absolutely, because I heard you mention, I know when to tell them, no, you can't have this, and to keep the balance, and I know when to tell them, okay, go ahead, you can go on and get that. So yeah, I hear those roles coming through.
Yeah.
You gotta be strict.
Have to be.
Have to.
Yeah. What you got for
All right,
Tanisha?
next question. What would make you want to introduce a man to your children?
I mean,
Yes.
well, we would have to be at a point where we're getting serious or have gotten serious about our relationship and are ready to take it to the next level. I do not believe in introducing every man that I meet, talk to, might go out for a drink or have dinner with to my children. That's a privilege, and I'm very protective of that privilege. And then the other thing is, you know, and I'm not really a big dater, but my stance on that is if I am dating, I don't want my daughters to see me going out with a whole slew of different men, because how they perceive that may not come across the way, you know, I want it to, or the reality of it, because things might not work out with this person, and then you move on to the next. But all they see is, oh, mommy was with this man, oh, now she's with this man, oh, where he come from? So that's not the picture that I want to paint for them. So once I realize that, you know, he's going to be around for a while, you know, and I've done a background check, you know, to make sure we don't have any situations.
Laughing but very serious.
Very.
Yes.
Then I'll introduce him to my daughter.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right, I agree.
We have a daughter like mine. I mean, although Courtney's 20, but before she became 20, if I even went just on a date, is he coming to pick you up so I can meet him? What's his name, address,
All right,
phone number?
Courtney.
I'm like, why do you need all that? She
She'll
said,
be
what
honest.
if I
Is Courtney your
call
daughter or your son?
my daughter, and just in case something happens,
That's right,
I need to know
protect the
who to
mama.
look for.
Exactly.
You know, because
Mhm.
I had to learn that, you know, not to introduce them to anybody, just dates or whatever.
Mhm.
But when I stopped introducing them, they're like, "Oh, who you going with? We didn't meet this person.
At all.
Where he come from?" I'm
Yeah.
like, "Well, I don't even know where it's going. It's probably just going to have dinner. It don't matter." I said, "Okay,
But
Shout out
they
to
have to
Shout
be
out,
that way.
Courtney.
Very good. They have to be that way though, because
Yeah.
the way people are
Except the
now,
mommy.
right? You need to know. The kids want to know, you know, where you are and what's
Mm-hmm.
going on, because that provides a level of safety for them.
Absolutely.
Because I walked out the house last week, and I just told my daughter, okay, I'm going out, and I left. So I didn't tell her where I was going, who I was going with, and I normally don't go anywhere on a Wednesday. And it was after midnight, and she was calling and texting, and I didn't respond. And so she went into this
Oh, she was
whole
worried.
yeah, she went into this
And
whole thing.
why'd you do that to her?"
Well, one, my phone was in my purse, so that's why. And then when I finally checked it, I was like, oh my God. So I called. I'm like, you know, what's wrong? She's like, nothing. Where are you? You never said who you were with, where you
I
were
love
going.
it.
You know, so she went through the same, you know, the same questions. And then I didn't realize that she had called some of my friends and had put on a Snapchat for all her friends. My mommy's not home, and I'm gonna need somebody to come get me. I mean, so she this whole thing. Right, so I promised her, you know, I would never do that again. But her other fear was, she's like, you know how you say sometimes you're gonna leave and never come back. Well, I thought, she said,
That was the night.
She said, I thought you left me to take care of your kid. I was like, oh, really? But so we
Okay,
were
now
able
we
to
got
laugh
down to
about
the
it.
real issue.
Right,
I have to take care of your kid.
right. But we laughed about it. But they care and they want to know that, you know, we're safe whenever we're not with
Exactly.
them.
I love
so,
it. I
Exactly.
love it.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's move it on.
All right.
Moving on.
Yeah. The next question. If you find dating hard, do you think that your standards are too high or that there's just not enough qualified men within your dating standards?
No, my standards are not too high. There are qualified men out there that meet the standards. What I found though is a lot of them are either married or are in relationships that are complicated, whatever that means. So they make it, you know, kind of challenging to make sure that they're on the right level, and we don't have time to be playing games. I'm closer to being 50 than not. So I'm at a point where I know what I want, what I need, which in 90% of the cases is the same thing. I want what I need. And I know me, and I know what I can compromise on, what I won't compromise on, how much patience I'm gonna have for, you know, certain things, you know. So I don't waste a lot of time when it comes to that. If I feel that it's not going anywhere, we're not about to drag this out. It was an experience. I've learned something, hopefully.
Thank you
And let's
very
just
much.
right, and let's just move on and,
Well, let me
and be
ask
done
you
with
this,
it.
sis. When you go out on first date, what are some questions you usually ask? Since you're like, I want to get right to the point. Are you asking the credit score on the first date? Are you asking them if you have any children? What kind of questions would you approach with, you know,
Well,
first
those
date?
questions are going to be asked before we get to the date.
Okay.
And then whatever questions I've asked when we've spoken,
Mm-hmm.
if anything sent a red flag up,
Mm.
we
then
need to address.
that's a question I'm going to ask you face to face, because I want to be able to look you in your eye and see, you know, is there something behind, you know, what you didn't say,
Right.
or is there something to what you said, and
Absolutely.
get clarification
Yeah.
on
Absolutely.
that. So
A lot
Yeah.
of people don't understand that dating is actually a chore, and in a way, it's a job. You can make it enjoyable. Hopefully, that's what you're looking for, and you got chemistry with that person. However, if you want to look at it like you're looking at it, listen, I'm close to this age. No saying it's a time limit or anything, but you want to make sure you're going into for the right reasons, and it's with the right person. And
Exactly.
it's at the right time as well, because
Mhm.
you have two growing daughters. Are they ready to commit to something like that? Because clearly, you got it together, and they got to make sure they come to the table with something bigger than that, just their appetite.
Come on,
you know?
sis.
Exactly.
Want to eat every now and then.
Every now and then, you better handle
I
that.
gotta
And,
eat
and
too.
that is complicated. Is I'm still with her.
Right.
I'm searching, but I haven't told her I'm searching for something else. I'm gonna
Exactly.
hang on to this while I do that. And
Right.
if I find something I think better, then I'll tell her.
Right.
Right.
That's the complication.
That's what complications mean.
See, I don't see that as complication. I see
But
that.
that's what they.
Yeah, I see that as cowardice.
Well, yeah, of course.
Because if you're a man about yours, then if the relationship is not working, and there's no like reason why you have to stay in for however long you're staying in, when you realize that the feelings are no longer there, that'd be a financial thing. You got to figure out how you're going to divide the assets and all that. Okay, but as long as you've clearly communicated to your significant other that the relationship is not going anywhere, you're working your way out of it, but you want to do it the right way, then that's one thing. But understand, I might start talking to you and getting to know you, but we're not going anywhere until you close that door.
All right.
So we're gonna be friends, and that's gonna be that.
All right.
But that whole is complicated crap. I swear, every time I see that pop up on social media and Facebook, I'm like, it's not complicated. You're complicated
Right.
Exactly.
because you don't want to make a decision
Right.
You're
about-
not accepting
or
where you
accepting
are.
it. Right? You just dragging this out because either you scared or you greedy. One of the two.
Yes.
All right.
All
then.
right.
Okay, Tanisha, can we get one more before we go to a brief break?
Okay. Why are side pieces necessary?
They're not necessary. I don't think that
We
they're
asked
necessary.
Mary.
I don't think that they're necessary. I don't know if I would use necessary as the word. They're necessary. I don't think they're necessary. Not side pieces. Because if you need what that person has, then they should be the person that you're with. They shouldn't be the one on the side. I don't side pieces. I mean,
I like side pieces because you know when you have mashed potatoes that go with steak, but mashed potatoes and corn and steak kind of like don't go together. But if you got some garlic bread,
okay.
that side piece will be perfect. So and if I'm looking at a side piece, if I want to
Right.
keep, it has to match me, but I won't eat it
The
alone.
tasty, the
You know
flavors
what I
have to
mean?
combine.
Okay, you say okay, I see where you're going.
I like
do.
being a side piece and being a side piece every now and then. I've been to mashed potatoes, you
You've
know.
done some mashed
I've
potatoes.
been to mashed potatoes here and there.
There was a point in my life where I was a side. I didn't know I was a side going in.
Mm-hmm.
But then it was actually during the time when I moved back here and I had left my marriage and was going through the divorce, and then my alter ego came out, and so she was just like, I'm just gonna do me.
It's necessary.
I'm gonna do me,
No, I'm just
but I'm gonna do me. But after I got through that
that love.
period, yeah, it was just kind of
Mhm.
like, you really shouldn't have been out like that, and you were wrong, and you knew he was wrong, but you stayed in it. You learned your lesson.
Yeah.
Don't make that a habit of
It
being
takes a
inside.
special kind of woman to want to be inside.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I
So
think
one
it's
of-
a limited time only. Like
Right.
that chicken that anyway.
Mhm.
So a limited time only is only when it's
Limited time.
necessary. I would say.
Tuesdays, 3 to 9.
Right,
3 to 9.
Can you get me over this hump real
Right,
quick?
exactly.
After
and
this
then-
hump, I may not need you no more.
We'll cover this.
Yeah,
during
see, there are
next
no multiple
Tuesday.
side pieces in there.
Exactly.
Because you don't really have a main course just yet.
All right
so
now.
then you got.
Exactly.
So I see where you're going with that one.
Transitioning to
Okay.
happy eating.
I
You know
see
what I
what you
mean?
mean.
So
Exactly.
they're not unnecessary.
Okay.
I'd say,
All right.
sis.
So I can go with you There.
Yeah.
There. Okay.
Because I don't want her to try to make you feel bad. Because I heard her like, what do you think about side pieces?
Okay, so what would be your if you were a side dish? What
If
dish
you
would
were a side
you
dish,
be?
what dish would you be?
I would be mashed potatoes.
Okay, you Chantel.
You know what? Since she gotta take my first order. I think I would be bacon wrapped asparagus.
Oh,
Okay. Because then it's a little bit of bad with the good.
And
Charlotte's
Innocent. Bullshit.
It's gonna be something a little spicy. Let me see, what side and spicy? With some cayenne pepper in it and a little sugar. Mm-hmm.
And a
Right, because I'm a Gemini and I'm
okay.
true to it.
True to
I'm
it.
true to
Not
it.
new to it.
Hell no, I'm not new to it. I'm true to it. So it would be I could go with so I'm gonna go with a special type of sweet potato.
Okay.
Okay.
Cajun sweet
Cajun sweet potato. There you go. That's
the Cajun sweet potatoes. I've had those before.
With the ice cream
It's
on
2018.
top.
You gotta upgrade your
The ice
side.
cream and the whipped cream.
Okay,
What
we'll
about
be
that?
back.
When we come back, we're gonna find out what
Yeah,
side dish
we're gonna find
Lisa wants to be.
Yeah.
I'm going to be some steamed broccoli with pepper jack cheese.
You know what?
Okay, we'll be back after this music.
That's why she was a side piece for 2 minutes. Nobody won't know.
Exactly.
This side ain't necessary right here.
Yeah.
What you got over there?
So bad.
Yeah, they look at side pieces. That's interesting. We gonna
I love how y'all picked that out because I definitely didn't see.
So I guess I don't know how to be a side piece.
Maybe that could be a good thing. Yeah.
Well, y'all answered that question very well. Cause yeah, in the parentheses, I'm like, oh wow, okay.
I was only able to think of 2 scenario questions, so one into the scenario. So after these, if we still have time, we have something.
These some new scenarios.
Yeah.
Do I gotta put my glasses on? Messing around with your hand right
No,
now.
I actually wrote it more or less. Oh, right here, you can say or a.
Or business. Okay. If you make more money than your guy and the 2 of you are planning to do something big with your finances, like buying a house or a business adventure, and you just putting in the bulk of the funds, what would you do if he told you that?
No, read it.
Like you rapping.
It's a surprise. All right. That's better. All right.
Hey,
I'm
we're back to KDL Live
Look at
on
the tattoo.
Intellectual Radio.
You gotta get a tattoo.
Hey,
KDL.
Yeah,
KDL.
KDL. Some lips.
For life.
she ain't playing, y'all.
I am-
Next
I
week she's
am-
gonna be like, it was sponsored by 23 hours. No, I'm joking.
Put it on our shirts.
Right.
So this is our
before the
second
break.
part.
Before the break, we had a little moment when Alicia was telling us about her side dishes.
and
She
cheddar
would be,
cheese.
and she said she would be broccoli and
Pepper
pepper jack
jack
cheese.
cheese.
I didn't hear no butter, no salt and pepper on there, none. It just seemed like a
do
little
you
dry.
really? You need me to get down into all
I
that?
would. So I told Alicia she would never be a good side piece.
She gonna give you gas.
I ain't going back to her house.
Okay, I'm not good at being a side piece.
Hey. You gotta know. You gotta know you. You gotta know yourself.
Exactly.
Okay?
But if I, main course, I would be some lamb chops
Ooh.
baked in the oven
Yes.
with some flour, water,
Baby,
onions.
don't you start with me.
Okay, I'm hungry now.
Making that gravy.
Ooh.
That's me. I can do that.
At least you can
We
cook
going to
too,
Mission's
y'all.
house
I'm sorry,
tonight.
yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
we going to her house tonight.
I can do that. You can be my man, okay?
Oh, all right.
You ain't
cool.
gotta be my side.
All right. Okay, now this is our
Segment time.
Yeah, it's called scenario. So it's more than a question. It's a whole. What would you do if?
Right.
So, Shantae, you want to read?
60 seconds on the clock. Sure. Okay. Scenario number one. If the guy that you're dating has to relocate or change his living situation and needs to live with you for a few months to get on his feet, would you let him move in?
That a pit.
Whoa.
This question was for Mom. Personal relations out there like that not answer that question wrong.
She over there like,
You don't do that, Mama.
But, well,
Speaking to the mic, Mom. No.
we're just dating. We're not in a serious relationship. We're just dating.
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 Then the answer is no. He can't. If we were in a committed relationship and I know him and I would trust him to be in the same place with my children,
Yeah.
then I would allow him a
Give it
certain
a
time
chance.
frame to help him along.
Yeah.
But if we're just dating, then no. The answer is no.
Yeah. I agree.
Wow. Okay. Well, I am excited to see what personal relationships, personal, I can't even say it, PR is going to say about this next question.
Oh, okay.
Scenario.
public relations.
Public relations.
My
PR.
PR person, right.
Okay, 60 seconds on the clock. If you made a substantial amount of money more than your guy, and the two of you were planning to do something big with your finances, like buying a house or a business adventure, and you were putting in the bulk of the funds, what would you do if he told you that you all couldn't afford to get your hands or your hair or nails done or anything simple luxury that you would give to yourself? I guess on your way to that adventure or business.
No, like on the regular, like say you get your hair and nails done every 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
But since you're about to buy a house and you have a
Oh, he told
business,
you.
he said we
You
can't
gotta
afford to do
I
that
can't
anymore.
afford- oh,
Even
okay.
though you're putting in a bulk of the money and you have changed to do that. But he said that's not a good
Okay,
idea.
for the house. Okay.
What would you do?
Oh,
My first question to him would be, what are you giving up?
there you go.
I'm not going to be the only one sacrificing. If he's giving up something that he enjoys and does for himself on a regular basis until we achieve that goal, then fine. I'll make the sacrifice as well. Regardless of the fact that I'm contributing more because it said I
Right.
made more.
Mm-hmm.
But we're going into this as partners. So if he's willing to make a sacrifice, then I'll make the sacrifice too. I'm not going to look at it, well, you know, I got all the money, I can do what I want to do if I want to. I'm not going to look at it that way. But if he's just telling me I can't and he's not finding something that he can give up or cut out, then that's where I'm going to have to probably go into stash B and continue to do what I'm doing for myself, which won't have any impact on what we're doing collectively, but I'm not gonna just deprive myself of something that I do to take care of me and he's not.
Absolutely. I love that scenario right there.
So what would you do?
I would have to agree with my sister here and
I agree
ask
with it
him
too.
what is he giving up? Are you giving up, that fast food that you eat every single weekend? Because guess what? Those can add up,
Yeah.
And it wouldn't be my hair or my nails. It wouldn't be my toes, excuse me. So we would have to compromise on that because I can't be going 10 months without a patty. Yeah. Not no 10.
Tanisha?
Yeah, I agree with that too. I agree. Yeah.
I don't
I'll
know.
be asking that same question as
I
well.
don't know if I would ask him. I probably,
I would.
I might say why. I probably wouldn't ask what he's giving up because he doesn't have as much as I do anyway. I would probably ask the purpose too.
It kind of depends.
I'll
Be
be
like,
like,
okay,
okay,
I won't do it
me
every
too.
2 weeks, but maybe
I'll
3.
probably be like, okay.
Okay, maybe once
Maybe-
a month.
Yeah, maybe once a month. Okay. I'll think about it. That is hard.
Yeah, it really is hard.
Especially if you used to taking care of yourself, grooming yourself,
It's
and
especially.
doing nice things for yourself. Because let's be honest, okay? We love grooming ourselves. We love feeling good and getting our hair done and getting our makeup and all that stuff. It just adds to the quality of life that you live. So
Right. And not so much just the hair and nails. It could just be
I mean,
any adventure that you might want that you do on a regular basis. I guess the question what I was getting at is just really hard for us to just obey. Just
be a
even though it
submissive.
makes sense, it's my money, or you know, it may make
Right.
sense.
It
I-
might.
But the fact that
really-
it's our money and we're already
Exactly.
doing this and that, and how you gonna tell us? But it's, I guess that's what I was getting at. That we just not gonna just say okay.
So if it's, I mean, you said put it in, supposed to be our money together, or, I'm trying to briefly describe it. It's like,
I'm planning to do
If-
something big.
if we plan to do something big, but like,
And he feel the need that
if I want to get my hair and nail stuff done, I will follow him on that. Like if we fit to work on getting this house, okay. 'Cause I could learn how to do my own stuff at the house. You know what I'm saying? Okay, we go, baby, we ain't gotta spend it. Okay, I'm gonna put that money to the side for this house. I learned how to do my hair, my nails. You know what I'm saying? So,
I think
especially that's
where
a
the
good
question
man,
came
I will
from.
compromise with him. Okay, baby, we go put this to the side and go ahead and go for this house.
Right.
So I
Okay.
wouldn't, even though, yeah, I still have my little stash, but you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But it's like, okay, babe, we can go ahead. That's what we going for the future. Let's go for
Right.
that.
And
So,
you know, talking
I
with
wouldn't-
guys, that's like a really big problem with their women with men, is that the women don't listen.
Yeah,
We don't listen. Even if they're telling us something that's good and
The house-
constructive, you know, because
Don't let it
you
be
ain't my daddy, this is my money.
yeah.
It comes out. I mean, even if we don't say it, we're thinking it.
Mhm.
You know, it's happened to me. I've been in a situation before, both ends, and I either was like, I'm still gonna do what I'm doing, and then when I was married, I just to make him feel more like a man, I was, do you think we can get this? I don't know what it was, piece of furniture or something.
Mhm.
Even though I know I can afford it, I just, just to
See
make
what
him
he's-
feel like,
what he's
okay, we
thinking.
can make this decision together.
Right.
And he was like, well, maybe don't you have something, this and that? And I was like, yeah, I didn't even think about that. So just talking to them about it could help. And
Yeah,
I don't know.
compromise.
You do know. You
Yes,
just
it's-
told us. You talked to your mate about it, and maybe you can make some compromises, and that's better,
Make a
restoring
decision
and creating better flow for y'all. In the future.
on that healthy relationship.
Exactly. Because you can say what you want and ignore it, but it's gonna come back up.
Either way.
Exactly.
And you don't want to keep, pushing anything off. Okay, I'm gonna get to it. No, let's sit down and have a
Have that
discussion
conversation,
about it.
yeah.
Communication
But
is key.
I find we growing up, teenagers watching social media, watching our parents, moms, aunties, whatever. Everybody is not blessed with. My parents been together since before I was born, and they still together, and their parents. So you have a lot of singleness going on. We are taught, or we by copying how to get men, but we're not actually sat down and taught how to be wives,
Support with the,
how to be
supportive.
supportive, how to
Yep.
be obedient.
Yeah.
And we think that obedient, submission, then we like, what?
Yep.
That's
Yep.
foreign.
Yeah.
That's because people don't really take the time to learn what it means to be submissive and obedient.
Yep.
They want to pull out what's convenient for them when they're saying it, but the true understanding of what that means, they don't really have that depth of knowledge. I'm a strong Black woman raising two girls, and I have to be, all these things to make our family work. But I would welcome a man that could come in and be like, I'm the man, I got this,
House, yes.
and you can now just be the woman,
Yep.
and I'll do my part so
Yeah.
that you can continue to feel like the woman. And
Yeah.
if he's showing me that he's gonna make our quality of life better, he's enhancing me as a person, not completing me, because I'm complete without him, but he's enhancing me and I can enhance him, and we have our roles defined.
Yeah.
I welcome that, and I will submit to that.
Yeah.
But you got to be that. Because if
Yes.
you're not, then I'm not budging.
Yes.
I'm just not. And that, you know, my mom and my stepdad were together, you know, for 30 years probably before she died. You know, and they went through the whole craziness. They broke up, and then my mom moved in with me, and then they started dating each other again. Like, okay. But, you know, just in the way I was raised, you know, I learned from that. So when I got married, I knew what I wasn't going to do, which, you know, my mom, I love her, God rest her soul. You know, she had some insecurities about herself. And I noticed things, you know, in her relationship with my stepdad. So when I got married, I'm like, okay, I'm not doing this. You know, I'm not giving in here. And those weren't on the situations where I'm just, you know, just fighting him to be fighting him. It was a reason for it. So I had to, you know, stay and learn from that experience, and that I carried over. I'm not budging on certain things, but just overall not cooperating and fighting him, you know, we both wearing the pants. No, because that's not what a relationship is about. There are defined roles. So if you can't get with it and you can't be comfortable in your role in the relationship, then maybe you don't need to be in one.
Or maybe you just need to find you some modeled relationships that you can learn from. Some that you see in the positive light, and they have a history of being a successful relationship. You can branch off. You don't have to always go off of what happened to you when you were young, and you create your own story, like you just said. I'm not even gonna have that because I saw that in that. This is what I want for my life and what I want for my relationship. And then you just never settle for anything less than what you deserve. So absolutely, I appreciate that. Kudos.
Because I never knew when World War III was breaking out in our house. I didn't. And so when I got married, like arguing and things like that, I'm like, oh no, we're not doing this. We're going to talk to each other. We're going to work through whatever the situation is. But to have all these heated arguments that escalate borderline, you know, domestic abuse and all that, no, I'm not. And if that's what you're about, then we can part ways. And I'm okay with that. Because I'm not, because there's also that crazy gene. So I don't want the crazy gene to come out. So I'm controlling the crazy gene, and I'm going to remove myself from a situation that might make it rear its ugly head.
The only person you can control is yourself.
Mhm.
That's
That's
true.
true.
Well, thank you so much for your input. I
Thank you.
appreciate that. That
Okay,
was
but
awesome.
before we go, let's see. She has
Oh,
some
my-
more pieces here.
I
That
do.
is beautiful.
It's a
Love
wrap
that.
bracelet. Yeah, this is from our Urban collection, and this is a short one. But we also have the double wraps that you can wrap twice, or you can actually wear as chokers. And then my version of the Harry Winston collection. So
That is pretty.
You have Facebook pages, right?
I
They
do.
can find you on
I have a
businesses.
page on Facebook and a group on Facebook, Fabulous Fashions. I'm also on Instagram and Twitter. My PR person is becoming more social media savvy.
Can we
So
have
I'll
the PR person
Be
in here?
delegating to her to help post those things because I don't always have time to post to all of the social media
Right.
platforms. So that's going to be a task for her, and I'm sure she's going to get us going in that area.
Well,
I'm sorry,
awesome.
what's her name?
Azaria.
Azaria.
You come in for a
Come here,
second.
baby. Look at those dimples. Let's see, come all the way over here. This is her public relations person. How old are you?
Beauty.
9. Look at this businesswoman, 9 years
Yeah.
old.
She's wearing her collection too.
All right.
Nice.
That's so cute.
I love it.
All
Nice
right.
to meet you.
I love it.
Well, thank you guys for tuning in.
Well,
But do you have anything else?
Oh, no.
I mean, because we started on time today, so
Yes.
Well, we can get out on time. Amen.
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 Okay. Well, thank you all for tuning in to Kisses Don't Lie.
Thank you.
Thank
On
you.
intellectualradio.com. And if you can, tune in to more shows. Intellectual Radio is on pretty much all day. We have great shows, great comments, great topics.
And great content.
Yes, great
Yes.
content. Great.
Yes.
So tune in to those shows, intellectualradio.com. And we'll see you soon on Kisses Don't Lie on YouTube. We have some fresh stuff coming up. We have
You
Elliot
better
Porter,
watch.
the video gonna drop
You better
today.
watch.
Well, not today. Today or tomorrow.
Okay.
Today or tomorrow.
Go, go.
And we have some
That's a
touring
good
to
one
do.
right there.
We have some touring to
I'm
do.
excited for that one.
Very excited.
Yeah, my wedding business, I actually used to refer a lot of my brides to Elliot's video when he did the All About the Rain. One of his
I was his
earlier,
script supervisor on that one.
one of the earlier ones, and I really think that that is a good piece for young couples to watch together and really learn the lesson about the ring and
Yes.
the relationships behind the ring. So yeah, that's.
So if you want a copy of that, you can contact me or you can contact Elliot. Is he V Porter on there? I live V Porter or me. I can get him for you. I was the script supervisor on that one. It was fun.
I know that's gonna be good.
Let's
Yeah.
do
It
it.
was good. It is
I
good.
want to see it.
Okay.
Well, I'm excited about the things to come. Let's go, lady.
Yes. Ah. All right, Uncle. Oh. Bye.
Bye. We love you.
Kisses.
Don't lie.
Did you send out a kiss?
That was awesome. You did great. See, I told you you
I'm
had
about to
this.
go look
I
at this.
told you. I knew you was gonna do wonderful.
This is fun.
Yes.
Yes,
I
love.
was gonna share one of my dirty secrets, but now
Oh, we gotta take some pictures.
because I'm afraid you're gonna get
I was charging on my phone out here.
Girl, I gotta get my phone.
Okay,
I see yours
Wow.
doing it too.
in kindergarten and in first grade and
I'm sorry.
in the middle of this school year.
Okay.
And you know who it was? No. Okay, kindergarten. It was kindergarten. It was Aiden. First grade. It was this boy named Jonathan.
Okay, stop kissing.
It was just a little pet.
Oh.
It was just like
I know.